Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6 a.m. on March 18th. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm Damien Alvarado.
And I'm Brinkley Hill. We're taking a live look at Gold Beach, this view from Jerry's Road Jets. But right now we're going to check in with Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress. Sarah, what can we expect for our Tuesday, our Sunday, and our Monday? We're very stormy. Are we going to look anything like that today?
No, today will be much calmer than the past few days. We are seeing improvements to flooding and rivers and creeks around the area. We still do have that flood warning for Rogue River as we're heading into Agnes near Gold Beach, but this morning we are seeing some showers mainly along the Cascades, moving over to areas east side, and then we also have some lighter showers along the coast. Now today, this morning we'll see showers fizzle out, especially over east side, but we can still expect some shower activity as we're heading over towards the west, and it will be likely along the coast for the day. Now temperatures are below average, and then we're tracking this next system coming in tomorrow. Now it will be quick moving through, but it will cause some travel impacts as well with those snow levels tomorrow starting out closer to around 3,500 to 4,000 feet, but will drop behind it. So we are expecting winds to pick up as well. It will be rather windy, especially along the coast. Because of this, we do have multiple high wind watches issued. Even for the Shasta Valley, we're expecting those winds to get up rather high over east side as we're heading to the second half of our Wednesday as well. So we'll break down what this next system will look like moving through the region coming up in your next forecast.
As a storm system from this weekend now over, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office reminding residents of the dangers of flooding. A Central Point woman has drowned in a flooded creek trying to clear a culvert. The Sheriff's Office says that the culvert was under her driveway and then her waders filled with water. The woman was pulled through the culvert and into Cane Creek. She was later found and taken to the hospital but did not survive. Her identity has not been released yet.
One family is working to recover from flooding in their house, trying to remove carpet and dry the floor. Take a look at this video from Sunday of the river behind the house, flood their backyard, driveway, and seeping into their home from all sides. It's now been an all-hands-on-deck process to recover, but the memory of the flooding will never be forgotten. The family's son telling NewsWatch 12 about the scary situation.
I was scared because the carpet had water under it and it was moving like it was waves, and the water just kept on rushing back in, and it was almost in our whole entire house.
Coming up at 6:30, we'll hear from Ryan's dad and what's next for this family as they continue to recover from the severe flooding. But another neighborhood in Grants Pass had street flooding, and Damon, you talked to them about damage done to their cars and their concerns for future flooding.
I was able to talk to Anna, who was just finishing up her day when she received an alarming phone call from her fiance's grandmother, who told her that the street was flooded, and now she's dealing with the issue of her car no longer working. Rushing to the scene, Anna and her fiance had to drive through a foot of water to reach their neighborhood.
That guy's car is broken. That's the one we're...
It's the worst I've seen it in about 10 years. Some were more fortunate than us. You know, they were there, we were not. So our car got a bit more damaged, was submerged for a longer time.
Anna and her fiance managed to move the car, but it was clear the damage was done.
Luckily, I do have full coverage. I cannot say the same about everybody else.
Anna noticed how quickly the water had risen, flooding past sidewalks and onto lawns.
It was pushing up onto all of our lawns. We have had some historic flooding in the past, so it's definitely something to pay attention to because it's always a possibility of more floods that could be more severe than this.
I reached out to Grants Pass's street division to see if aging infrastructure played a role in this flooding. We have yet to hear back. Reporting in Grants Pass, I'm Damien Alvarado.
Widespread flooding means it's all hands on deck for the Public Works Department of Josephine County. Crews have been working to clear roads just like this one. It's near Fort Voyna Elementary School that had to cancel classes yesterday because of this flooding. The director of Public Works told NewsWatch 12 that every employee is out working on county streets and culverts. While some culverts may be blocked by debris, others are flooded simply due to the impressive amounts of water we've received.
Get to a point where it doesn't matter if a culvert's completely free flowing and unblocked, they just are not built to handle that volume of water. And we're now kind of in triage mode to see, all right, how bad is it? Also waiting for water to come back down.
Brandis says Public Works is focused on Leonard Road, which carries a couple of thousand cars per day and faced a closure in this storm. He tells us that post-storm cleanup could take weeks or even months throughout the county. Jackson County Emergency Management is reminding residents that flooding can contaminate private wells and make water unsafe to drink. For warning signs to look out for and details on how to disinfect your well after flooding, you can head to our website, kdrv.com.
Mount Ashland has announced they will now be closed until Thursday. High winds and power outages have impacted the ski area since this weekend. The ski roads still closed this morning, blocking off access to the ski area's facilities. We're taking a look at the ski area from this morning, and we'll continue to track these weather impacts and bring you the latest updates.
There's some good news for skiers. Mount Ashland is extending their 2024 to 2025 ski season with 2 bonus weekends in April. They will remain open April 19th, the 20th, and the 26th and 27th. The ski area has seen a record-breaking 296 inches of snow. The ski area expects excellent conditions through the end of the month. The Comer, Windsor, and aerial chairlifts will run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at a discounted rate during these weekends.
This week, Lomacotsi Project is going to be doing controlled burns across the Rogue Valley. This is going to be part of the West Bear All Lands Restoration Project near the cities of Talent and Jacksonville. The burns are also going to be happening in the Jacksonville woodlands. If you want to get text notifications on these controlled burns, you can text RFP update to the number you see on your screens right now. These texting updates will give you information on burns across the Rogue Valley controlled by organizations like Lomacotsi and Rogue Forest Partners. Now, Jacksonville City Councilor Andrea Lerner Thompson said this week we'll see a lot of smoke in Jacksonville as Lomacotsi has received clearance to do brush pile burning in several locations in and around Jacksonville. While no one likes to see smoke, please keep in mind that everything we burn under control is less fuel to burn in the event of a wildfire. And right now there is a survey open for the city of Jacksonville. They want your feedback on how to improve North 3rd Street. The city wants to know your thoughts on a car-free plaza and what to do with some flexible space between the U.S. Hotel and fire station.
And we're almost a quarter way through 2025, but On Track has released its 2024 recap. Last year was their most successful year, having over 2,400 people engage in addiction treatment. 139 people were able to transition from being homeless to treatments. 152 parents received residential treatment through the Moms and Dads program. That program helped keep 96 children with their parents through the treatment process.
On Track was able to add 10 emergency beds last year and contribute to Jackson County's deflection program. They also launched 2 housing units for family recovery and purchased Siskiyou Motel that could provide up to 12 emergency beds by this summer for the community. They also completed renovations in the Grants Pass Emergency Lodging Center that will open 12 emergency beds this spring.
Pat Marsh and the Brit Festival are working to make sure your summer music events aren't ruined by scammers. House Bill 3167-3 will create more transparency when you buy an event ticket. This will address the long-standing issues with hidden fees, scam tickets, and double booking issues. This House bill would protect buyers and venues for future events.
Abby McKee, the president and CEO of Brit Music and Arts Festival, said every Brit show we have, folks show up at the door who have been defrauded through predatory ticket practices. In some of the more painful cases, we've had folks who have brought illegitimate tickets for hundreds or thousands of dollars higher than the list price, only to arrive at the door and discover a sold-out show and no ticket waiting for them. Now onto our School Watch. Klamath Union High School is celebrating students in their digital media classes. These students have placed 36th and 29th in this year's C-SPAN Student Cam documentary competition. They placed really high out of over 3,500 student submissions from across the United States. This is the 4th year that KU has placed at this event, and take a peek at those winning documentaries. One is on funding for education and the other is on the removal of the Klamath Dam.
Against science and common sense, many traditional government schools continue to shut children out of the classroom.
Long debate over a dam project in Oregon was resolved when all parties agreed to tear down 4 dams along the Klamath River.
In April and May, the high school will host Comcast and Spectrum dignitaries from Los Angeles that will present special awards to the winning students.
And just in case you missed it, we've got some great footage of the Medford Fire Pipes and Drums performance during their pub crawl.
Take a look. In this video, they are performing at Common Block Brewing Company, and we hope you were able to get out and celebrate the luck of the Irish for St. Patrick's Day.
And for our, today's Wednesday? Yes, for our Wednesday, we're not completely, Tuesday. For our Tuesday, looking ahead too much, we aren't going to be completely dry. We are expecting to see showers mainly coastal along the Cascades, but they will be rather light. Now, snow levels also starting off pretty low this morning. We are pretty chilly to head out the door. They'll be close to about 3,500 feet into the afternoon. Now, tomorrow for our Wednesday, getting a little too excited there, we are expecting another storm system to be moving through. It will bring the potential for snow, and that'll continue through our Friday, but we'll talk more about that coming up in your next forecast.